Hello everyone, good morning. Welcome to Oracle Fusion Technical Training by Unogix. In this video, we'll see how to use a HCM data loader to do the bulk data upload into HCM modules. Okay, so HCM data loader is the only bulk data load option available in HCM Cloud. So if you have to load data into HCM Cloud, such as the employees or any workforce structure such as jobs, positions, etc. And if it is a bulk data upload that you want to do, you have to use HCM data loader route. And let me give you an overview of how the HCM data loader process works in this video. Okay, so let's log into the application. Let me go to the home page. I've logged in as Curtis PT into HCM Cloud application, and this user is a HR specialist. For HCM data loader, navigation is to go into My Client Groups, scroll down, and you see an option called Data Exchange. Click on it. And in the Data Exchange, you see a couple of options, couple of loader options available that you can use to load data into HCM Cloud application. You can use HCM data loader to do the bulk data upload into HCM Cloud. And if it's a small data set upload, say for example, you want to load 100 jobs or say 1,000 positions. If it's a small data set, you could use HCM spreadsheet data loader for that. So we'll cover HCM data loader first, and then we will move on to HCM spreadsheet data loader and in a future video. Okay, and you also have HCM extracts, which can be typically used to extract the information from HCM Cloud. So these two are the loader options, and this HCM extract is to extract the information from HCM Cloud and to pass it on to other third-party applications or the downstream systems. So in one of the video, I will explain HCM extracts as well. Not just one video, we'll make at least a few videos on HCM extracts because it's a complex and an important subject in HCM Cloud. So let's get started with HCM data loader. You've got few navigation options, and you can easily make out what you can do by going into those options. If you want to view the recent files loaded, use the first one. If you want to see what business objects into which you can load the data, you can get into this navigation option. And this is what you should do first to see if the business object that you want to load data into is supported by HCM data loader or not. Say, for example, you want to load employees or you want to load jobs. You have to first get into this to see if the business object is supported. And if it is supported, you can download the template file from within the navigation option itself. And yes, you download the template from here, and then you prepare a data file as per the template specification. And once the data file is ready, you can import and load the data file. Okay, and you can, if the data gets stuck in the stage table and if you want to flush it for whatever reason, you can use this option. First, let's go to view business objects navigation option. You should see a whole bunch of HCM business objects. In fact, you will find 99% of the business objects available in HCM here. They are supported by HCM data loader. And you can say, for example, you can load workers. You can load, you can also load a workforce structure such as a job, grade, and you can load pretty much a data. You can load data into pretty much all the HCM business objects using HCM data loader. So we'll pick up a job as an example. Okay, and let's try to understand how HCM data loader process works. So let's say you want to load in jobs into HCM Cloud. You select the job. You could see that yes, job is supported by HCM data loader. You see a template file, download that. And copy the file. Let me open the data file. You could see that a data file has a .dat extension, and the data file in HCM data loader file can have three types of rows. It can have a comment row, which is typically ignored by HCM data loader. This is for informational purpose. So if you want to capture any specific comment about this file, you can do it. So you can do so with the help of comment row. You can have metadata rows. This is like a header row, wherein you mention what columns you want to populate the data into. And you can also have a merge row, which is the actual data row. Okay, so you can have three types of rows: comment row, which is basically a comment row which will be ignored by HCM data loader. You can have a header row called metadata row, which will contain the details, which will contain the sequence of columns into which you want to populate the data. And you will have a merge row, and this is typically a data row. So first you will download a template which looks like this, and then you come up with a data file. Let me show you a sample data file that I've already prepared. Just for the interest of time, I've prepared the data file and have it ready here. So you could see that there is a comment row and there is a metadata row. And I want to create a job with only the basic fields, bare minimum fields that are required to create a job. So to create a job, you notice that there are a few mandatory fields, right? So the job name is mandatory, code is mandatory, effective start date, and the job set. So I have identified such mandatory columns and I have included those columns in the header row. So this is like a metadata row or a header row. And if you look at this, you have a job code, active status, effective start date, name, and the set code. These 5 fields are mandatory fields to create a job. Without these fields, even if you try to load in a job, it will error out saying that mandatory field is missing. And then I'm also trying to load a job with a family name. And I'm using a job family as echotic. This is an optional attribute, but still I've included it. And whenever you're loading data into a HCM cloud, not just HCM cloud, any cloud application for that matter, we typically maintain the reference to the source system from where you have extracted the jobs. Say, for example, if these jobs are extracted from the PeopleSoft system, you can mention the source system owner as PeopleSoft. And for these jobs in the source system, there would be a source system ID associated with it, right? So you will probably have a job ID for these jobs. These jobs will have an ID in the PeopleSoft system. You could mention that as a source system ID. So you will pass in 2 references of source system, which is a source system owner, typically the name of the source system, and the source system ID, which is a unique key for the job record in the source system. If you don't have one, you can easily make it up. You can use probably the job code itself as a source system owner, so as a source system ID. And I'm trying to load. So if you look at the file, there are 3 jobs that I'm trying to load: a HR analyst, HR manager, and HR specialist. And I'm trying to load them with a start date of 1951, Jan 1st, 1951, and I'm trying to create them as active jobs. I've just used UnoGeeks as a prefix so that it will be easy for us to identify the jobs. And before I could load in this job, and you see that the job uses a tab delimiter, and the sequence of columns in the data row. And how do you know that it's a data row? A merge keyword at the beginning indicates that it's a data row. All the data rows column sequence should exactly match with the column sequence in the header, meaning since the job code and active status are first 2 columns in metadata row, the first column in the data row also should be a job code, second column should be active status. So the sequence of columns in the metadata row should match with the data row. Okay. And we're all set to load in this file. But before we do that, there is a seeded lookup given by Oracle called source system owner. And you have to make an entry of the source system owner that you're trying to use in the file. In that lookup, you have to add the source system owner in the lookup. And only after that you can process this file. Otherwise, HCM data loader will throw an error. So let's copy this source system owner. Let's go to the application, cancel this. And from the functional setup manager screen, let's go to manage common lookups. And search for source system owner. This is a serial lookup given by Oracle. You don't need to create it. It will exist by default. All you need to do is go ahead and add in the lookup code there. And I want to add in PeopleSoft as a lookup code. I will use a past date. I'll say 9. It's valid from Jan 1st, 1951. Leave end date a blank. You can use the same PeopleSoft as meaning and description as well. Save and close. This is a prerequisite. And after that, we need to let me copy this job file, put it in the files. And I'll call this as a template file. I'll just create a new folder here. I'll call it HCM data loader. Let me place the file in the HCM data loader folder, and let me just rename this as job.dat. And you cannot load a .dat file directly, so you have to zip it. So send it to a zip folder. And this zip file, you can give any name you want. You could probably call it as Geeks job.zip or any name you can give. But within the zip file, you have to leave the file name as job.dat. Okay, don't change the .dat file name, but zip file, you can give any name you want. Okay, so we're all set to load the data, load the jobs into HCM cloud application with HCM data loader. And I don't want to make this video really big, so I'll split this up into multiple videos. So in the next one, we will see how to load the file that we have prepared just now, how to import and load this data file into the HCM cloud application. Please join me in the next one. In case you are interested in Oracle Fusion technical training offered by Geeks, please call us on this number or send a WhatsApp message. If you have any questions, feel free to write to us on info@geeks.com.